Hello, hello. Today we are going to be looking into Xana's mom, Cara, and Ann Taylor, the lawyer, and what happened, how that fits, all of that. I'm going to be using the north, south, east, west dice again so we can map it out. I feel like that's a good way to look at tarot combined with true crime. I think that's a very good tool, so we're going to continue to use that. And then the Dark Light Oracle, which I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to use, and I was like, should I use the Dark Night one? And I swear in my head it was like somebody was screaming, the dark light, you're wrong. And I looked at the box and I was like, that does say the Dark Light. So I felt like that was maybe a sign to use it. So that's what we're going to use. All right, so let's start with, so my entire knowledge of this is about 8 minutes long. I have been otherwise busy and have not been able to follow up on anything that's happened. I just, before doing this video, watched, I'll link the video. I think it was an 11-minute video and I watched like 8 minutes of it. So I know the basics. I know there was a previous relationship between Cara and Ann, and yeah, that's their names. And she feels betrayed. I saw a little bit of the interview that she gave. So let's figure out what happened behind the scenes. Okay, so a card, okay, so before this happened, before the murders happened, one card for Cara, one for Ann, and one for the relationship between them. The Star for Cara. Hangman in reverse for between them. The Wheel in reverse for Ann. So Cara was getting better. She was on the right track. She was finding her way. There was some kind of a delay in whatever was going on with her, like in a legal sense. It could be something that kept getting postponed, maybe. And then Ann coming up as the Wheel reversed. She already didn't want to help her. Either she was just like, she already didn't want to help her. It's almost like she saw, like, oh, another one of these clients in her and didn't want to help her. Okay. So what happened that caused this delay? Four of Pentacles. They were trying to get information from someone. They were working on getting information from someone. Four of Swords reversed. Oh, another four, yeah. They were waiting to get information from someone and then they got it. It was like pressure, 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 and then the person finally broke with some kind of information. It's almost like maybe the court kept like postponing court dates of hers for other reasons, but the real reason was that they were trying to get someone to talk behind the scenes. Why this reverse Wheel of Fortune? Why did she not want to help her? Reversed Nine of Pentacles. Three of Swords. There was no money in it, or no feeling of reward in it for her in terms of Anne. It's almost like in her mind, she thought, even if I win in court, I'm still losing because I don't want to help her. That's what she thought. Almost like, yeah, like she didn't want to help her. And it's because she has some kind of personal relationship with something similar. For example, maybe a parent of hers had a similar problem, or maybe she's just seen it so much that she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to help this woman. But that's the energy. She didn't want to help her. She didn't want to help her because she had a personal... she could put her... Okay, so Anne could put herself on the receiving end of what it would feel like to be on the other side of the crimes that Cara was committing. So like someone that Cara was doing something with in terms of crime, like Anne has felt personally affected in her life in the same way, in like a negative way. So she didn't want to help her. So some kind of personal experience with drugs that she saw something similar of in Cara and just didn't want to help her. So what is the reason? Wait, hold on. Do I want to? Yeah, okay, so those were the first three. Let's see what direction this is in. Northwest. So this is northwest. Okay. So now, what is the real... Okay, how do I do this? One card for Cara in terms of what is her place in the real reason that this happened, in terms of the lawyer dumping her and picking up the murderer of her child. So what is Cara's role in that? What is Anne's role in that? And then what is the... How did their roles come together in that? Four of Wands. Did she miss a court date? I feel like, I don't know if I heard she missed a court date previously, or if I heard she missed a court date since this happened. I don't know which one it is, but if it was recently, it's not the first time it happened. She also missed one previously. Ten of Cups reversed. Unhappy family breaking apart. Disharmony. Five of Pentacles. There it is. Money. Money growing on a tree. Shocker. Interesting. So essentially what this is saying is that she didn't want to represent her anyway. Saw the opportunity to make money or be put in a position where, you know, advance of a career. So dropped her as quick as she possibly could. Used the excuse of something that Cara had done. So like missing court, or like, let's figure that out. The Four of Wands clarifier. The Devil. Drugs. Well, Okay. Oh, so oh. Hold on, I don't know if I should say that. 1 second. The Hierophant. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's kind of, I don't want to, okay, be careful with my words here. Anne used the excuse or put forth it's almost like Anne told her superiors or whoever makes the decision of these things happening. It's almost as if she told them that she knew something that made her not be a good fit to be the lawyer in Cara's case because she had the opportunity to get on the other case. Does that make sense? So it's like, and I know that there's not like a lot of people to pick from because they have to be death penalty certified. So I understand that. But this could be like if the boss of whoever, the boss of the lawyers, I don't know how that works, but boss of the lawyers gets the call and it's about this case, it would be like if the other lawyer allegedly was in another room and heard it and figured out how to get out of this other case so that she could take on that one. For example, allegedly, my opinion. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. But the thing is that she had something that she could use that it made sense for her to be taken off the case. So like she knew something that I don't know. It's something, I don't really know how this works like on the lawyer's side, but essentially it's something that Cara did. So it's something that she's done since she's been on like maybe probation or something. And it could just be her saying like, look, she's still using, I'm obviously not a good fit for her lawyer, something like that. I don't know. Some realm of that is kind of what I'm seeing here, allegedly, my opinion. So it's like she was able to get off of the case because she wanted to take the other case or was needed to be on the other case, whatever. But there was some reason that was provided by Cara. And I'm not like blaming her. I'm just saying there was something that was not going right anyway that was the reason that she was able to kind of make this switch. If that makes sense. Allegedly, my opinion. But Ten of Cups is very interesting to come out here because it's the unhappy family card. Oh. Two of Wands is Two of Pentacles reversed. It's almost like the lawyer was like threatened. On behalf of like, it would be like, for example, if maybe she was threatened on behalf of Cara, but couldn't prove that that's where it came from, but like had enough to be still taken off the case. It might not be that exactly, but it's like something like that. Because Two of Pentacles is like too much, did too much. And what I was thinking in my head when this card came out was that. Did someone threaten her? Did someone... And maybe not a threat, maybe just like made to feel uncomfortable in some way. Like maybe something or someone that was something to do with the case made the lawyer feel very uncomfortable. So she either had already been trying to get out of it and just amped it up when there was this need for the switch of cases. Something like that. I'm going to clarify for the 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and 2 of Wands. Choices and anxiety. So the lawyer was not naive to the fact that this was going to look bad to the public. She did not know. She knew. But money growing on trees over here, so okay, so let's see where this pile fits in. East. So that is totally on the other side. So essentially, so whatever happened around the time of the murders, not before. Because this pile was like, what was their relationship like before the murders even start? Like, not started, but before like the process of court for the murders had even started, like the legal process. That was this pile, and it's all the way on the other side, away from this. So that would mean that it's not something in the, like, you know how I said it's like she was given some kind of reason or oh, I don't know if I can say that. Hopefully you picked up on what I just said, because I don't think I can repeat that. Hopefully you pick up on what I meant there. So these two elements are not connected. So that means that it didn't happen far in the past. It happened more recently. So something either right before the murders, or more likely something that happened since the murders. That was the reason, like, so there has to be a reason that she was taken off the case. So that reason is something that's happened either right before the murders or since the murders. Okay, so I want one card for, like, pretend that ethics is a person. I want one card for ethics, one card for the lawyer, and one card for the connection between the lawyer and ethics. This will be interesting. King of Swords. Huh. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups reversed. So ethics is represented by the King of Swords, which has represented the killer in all my readings. So ethics is saying what does it look like? Does it look like it's ethical? Because it's not. It's almost like ethics is like mocking her, like she's mocking the situation, like, because ethics is like, I'm gonna literally show you the killer, and do you think it's ethical that she's representing the killer? I'm gonna have the killer represent the killer as a symbol of her representing the killer to show you that's not ethical. Then we have, let's start with her. So then we have the Page of Cups in reverse, which is like, does she think this is ethical? No. So if she herself, the one that has all the knowledge that's available to her, so everything that she knows, does she think it's ethical? No. It's almost like she's saying, like, my inner child or like younger me would be so disappointed right now. Like, almost like ambition took over and now she's like, oh crap. Maybe she's not like, oh crap, but her inner child is like, should we be doing this? Because it's almost, this card came out because it's almost like it's plain to see. Like, it's like right in front of your face. You can't miss the lack of ethics. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is about really hard work. It's a very slow, practical knight. It's almost like it's saying she's going to have to work really, really, really hard to get around the lack of ethics that is here. Because it's plain as day and everyone's going to be able to see it. So that means that whatever's going to come out in trial is going to be looked at in a way that's like, wow, how is she still able to represent him with this? How does that make sense? Card for confirmation of that. Knight of Swords, we got the fast moving knight. Slow knight, fast knight. We had the king that's representing the unseen, one that we're talking about. And then we have, yep. But she's a perfectionist, so she has a plan. So it's almost like, allegedly, in my opinion, if there's a plan that's laid out for trial, and if it goes that way, then it stays teeter-tottering on, okay, maybe it's ethical or at least passable. But there could be a wrench thrown in that plan. And then it could be where she has to choose, how far from ethics am I willing to walk away to maintain being a part of this? That's what's going to be the problem. There's a plan so that it can stay ethical-ish, or at least appear that way. Well, appear that way to whoever wants to see it that way. And no offense if you do. That's fine. You don't have to agree. But it may come to a point, and it's a very likely possibility that it will come to a point in trial where it's going to be choosing between ethics and walking away. And let's see what direction this is in. Northwest. Huh. That's up with the pile about what happened in the past. It's something that she knows about Cara. It's something that she knows about Cara, that if certain things are brought up in trial, that would bring that choice of ethics or walk away. Because that's right with that other piece of the puzzle. It's the pile about what was their relationship like before, like anything with the murders. And right with that is what we just talked about. So something that she knows about Cara from the past is what will bring in that questionable ethics piece of the puzzle, is what that means. I'm going to pull one of these cards for each of the piles. Let's start with the one about the past. It's spinning. I want to see if it's going to be reversed, upright. It's upright. Quest, searching for my grail. And it has a castle. So this is representing the past relationship between Cara and the lawyer before anything with the murders. And this was the pile that basically said that Cara was getting better or kind of going in the right direction. The star came out, so she was on track somewhere. And this kind of represents that as well. So that goes hand in hand. Now for this pile that was what we just talked about with the questionable or not questionable ethics. Nightmares in the dark of the night. Just look at this symbol. I'm going to move it closer. Look at the symbolism on that card. I'm not going to say more. That's all I'm going to say, but just look at it. Nightmares in the dark of the night. She knows something that Cara doesn't know she knows. Oh, allegedly, my opinion. She knows something that Cara doesn't know she knows. But if she needs to use it in trial, then Cara will know how she knows. And will have known that she had this information since now and chose to go forward anyway, knowing that she knew this. And whatever she knows is what that questionable ethics is about. Interesting. One card for like how was the decision made for them to split ways, Cara and the lawyer. So one card for this. Ghosts from another world. Split ways, ghosting each other. She just dropped her. I told you she dropped her like as soon as she could. She was like, all right, bye. She ghosted her. Literally. Let's do another one. Let's do okay, so one card for three cards, and I want to know what Xana would tell us about what the lawyer knows about her mom. That could be, no, I'm being told not to do that. That's not it. I can't do that one. Scratch that last part. See, I have to be careful with my questions because I don't want to dive into personal information that doesn't need to be out there and isn't part of this case. So give me 1 second to like rack my brain. Okay, so if Xana, excuse me, if Xana could tell us one thing about what's going on behind the scenes in reference to the lawyer switching from one case to another. What would she tell us? 3 cards. 8 of Cups reversed. 7 of Pentacles. That's the hard work again. 8 of Cups reversed is saying how I said the lawyer was like another one of these clients, or like, I've seen this before. I don't really want to help her because even if I win, I'm losing in a way. Like she felt personally slighted by something in Cara's case. That's what this is saying. And then 7 of Pentacles is another card that's saying how we had the card with the ethics that was saying it's going to be a lot of hard work to make it look ethical. Santa's saying, yeah, it is. The Empress reversed. It wasn't only her decision. I have to say this out loud or I'm not going to be able to get a card out. I'm hearing be careful in my head, so I'm going to be very careful about what I say here. I'm just going to ask one question. Was there more people than just Anne that were involved in wanting Anne to be on this case for some reason other than just the selection available of lawyers with that qualification in the area? Was it more than just the lawyer herself? Oh, I got 2 cards out. Temperance and 3 of Cups reversed. Oh boy. Okay, so allegedly, my opinion, what I'm seeing here is it's not just her. There's a couple people who wanted her to be on this case for a different reason than why she wanted to be on the case. She wants to be on the case to make a name for herself, to challenge herself. I mean, there might be some other reasons too, but there's another group of people that wanted her on this case, and it's not to help her prove herself. It's for another reason. I'm hearing, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say over and over in my head. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's see what direction this fits in. South. Oh, right where it is. So it's below everything. It's below. That's the foundation of everything. Oh. I'm going to pull a card for that piece. It's in reverse. Imagination beyond limits. But it was in reverse. Imagination beyond limits. It's almost like someone is telling her that they want her to get on this case so that she can, like, oh, you'll do great, you'll win, but they actually have an ulterior motive to use her in some way. I don't think she knows it either. Allegedly, my opinion. I don't want to look too much further into this. I feel like that's enough information for us to kind of just know what's going on. And again, it's getting a piece of the puzzle, and then we're going to put the puzzle pieces into place. Do one more. All right, so court is coming. They're preparing what they need for that next court appearance in June, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. But I think it's June. So I want one card for what the focus of the preparation is. One card for what the next, like the second important focus, and one card on the third important focus. Let's do it that way. Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. Transactions. Clarifier for that card. Nine of Cups reversed and the Sun. Their main focus right now is shining light on something, some kind of transaction that was going on around the time of the murders. Multiple transactions. Nine of Cups reversed is that he's told on somebody something. He's like, and this is what's going on over there, and this is what was going on over there, and this is what's going on over there. And the Sun is like bringing everything to light. Every surrounding factor that he can use to his advantage is going to be used to his advantage. So if he can make it look like a witness or something maybe lying because of other things that were going on, he's doing it. And he has information on people. He has information on people that they don't know they don't know he has yet. Card for that. Autumn. Is it that scary? Is it that scary? Dylan. It's Dylan. He knows something about Dylan that she doesn't know that he knows. And they're keeping it close to the chest. They're going to use it in trial in a way that she's not prepared for it. Oh no. Let's see what direction. Northwest. Oh. I'm gonna do what I did for the last reading, and I'm gonna go through this and make a map. But this pile is up there with the what happened between Cara and Anne before the murders, as well as ethics. And now we have him knowing something about Dylan that she doesn't know that he knows yet, that he is keeping close to the chest so he can use it at the appropriate time to use in trial, so it would be reasonable doubt. Oh my gosh, that's not good. Allegedly, my opinion. I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying there's a plan in place. It's like, let's say you're driving down the street, right? And there is this building, and it's a long building. The building spans the length of the whole street. And on the other side of this wall is Brian in his prison cell, okay? Just hear me out here. So you drive down the length of this street, and the whole length of this street is also the prison. But, so there's this one wall, and it spans for a mile, okay? Now there is this little glass window that's like in a random location along this wall, okay? This would be like if you were in the car and somebody else was driving and you were in the passenger seat, and the driver was gonna speed as fast as he could down the road, and you have a wrench in your hand, and if you can throw this wrench at the exact right time and hit that window, Brian can climb out of it. That's what this is. It's the Hail Mary pass that, if played at the right time, cannot fail. But if played at any bit of the wrong time, will fail. A card for what I just said. Nine of Wands, perseverance and resilience. It's also like the card representing like one more push, like last push, like you're almost up and over the hill. So it wouldn't be the beginning of trial. It would be like he'd hold it to his chest and wait for the right time. It's almost like, and I know this is like a second example, but just in case the first one didn't make sense, because sometimes I don't know how things in my brain translate to people that aren't me. So let's say you're in a courtroom. And what I'm explaining right now is like the energy blueprint behind the Hail Mary pass that I feel like he's trying to make here. So let's say you're Brian, okay? And let's say you're in a courtroom and there's a security guard in the corner, but the security guard wears glasses, and there's a different security guard every single day in the courtroom, but they all look exactly the same. They have the glasses on, they all have the same mustache or something, they're all the same build, they look exactly the same, their eyes are covered. This is like if Brian has a get out of jail free card, but he has to hand it to the right security guard on the right day, and without being able to know that that's the right moment. It's like you'll know the moment when you see it, and you got to play your card right in that moment or you're going to miss your chance. But if played in the right moment, it might throw a wrench. It's almost like there is something that is a glaring example of reasonable doubt, but only if played at the right time. Let's see where this card is in terms of what I just said. Southwest. So that's underneath of all the other ones we just had. You know, that makes sense. It's the foundation. It's the foundation that he's building his entire plan on, which is scary. My opinion, allegedly. Pull one of these for what I just said about the plan, the Hail Mary plan. Consuming art, express or die. Okay, we're gonna do one more pull. Okay, so I'm gonna pull two cards. One is representing, so we're talking about Xana's mom and the lawyer, so it's going to be Xana that fits into this puzzle the most out of the four of them. Well, not necessarily. Okay, so I'm going to put one card for the Idaho 4, just as a group, and then one card for... Okay, so the one card for the Idaho 4 is like, what is their energy in regards to all of this? My phone is dying, of course. And then the other card is going to be, what's one thing they can tell us to focus on? The Moon reversed. Like secrets coming out. Secrets coming out. Oh. It's like exposing the truth, bringing the truth out. So what is their energy towards this? Bringing the truth out. What is their energy towards this? Let me pull the other card, hold on. Eight of Wands, fast communication. What can we... So they want us to focus on what people are saying in order to bring the truth out. The truth be like the deeper truth of what people are saying. So people are saying bits and pieces of the truth, but not the whole truth. But like the truth is underneath of the lies. Like if you look close enough at what's being said, you'll be able to piece the truth together. Oh, I wonder if that's talking about what I said earlier about making a map of everything. The Magician in reverse. Manipulation. So what is being said it's not the truth, but everybody doesn't know the truth. Like it's like some people want a certain person working with a certain case for their own reasons, but the person who that's about might not know those other reasons. It's like that. It's another example of the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. And that is allowing for, excuse me, that is allowing for, it's allowing for the truth to slowly seep out because everyone's stories are not exactly going to be aligning. Like if you closely analyze what each source of information is saying, you're going to start to see holes in those stories. and not stories per se, but like whatever's being said, you're going to start to see things not match up. And those little inconsistencies are pointing towards the accuracy of what I've said, in terms of there's people behind the scenes putting other players in place and not necessarily telling them why. I know I can't say that. Okay, I know I have to tell you guys something because I can't just do that and not say anything. I'm stumped here about what I could say. I think I just put a piece of the puzzle in place in my mind, but I know I can't just say it. It's as if, for example, my opinion, allegedly, it's like, hold on, let me pull a card real quick. Ten of Swords. I don't think I can say it, guys. Give me like, I'll be right back. I'm going to think of how I can say something to, 1 second. All right, I thought I had it and I lost it. It's kind of like if somebody was looking ahead into the future that may not want certain information to get out. So that person that didn't want certain information to get out helped to put certain pieces into place so that it would be a conflict of interest in some way for the conversation to go that way and release that information that that person doesn't want out. And if it got to a point where that information would need to come out, there would have to be a pause, a change in counsel to where there was no longer a conflict of interest. So it would buy time. If it did come to that, there would be a period of like you can try and fix this situation somehow in the middle while counsel were to get switched. Let me pull a card, see if I can say that part. Seven of Wands. Yeah, a purposeful conflict of interest. That the person who is the pawn for this conflict of interest might not even know what's going on, or that this was a purposeful potential conflict of interest if needed at the right time. That's all I can say. I know I can't say more than that right now. But just know, like, when I don't say stuff, I'm still taking it into account. Like there's lots that I haven't said and then ended up being able to say later because I had previously put it together but couldn't say it yet. Some things I don't want to get sued, And some things I like to make completely certain because I don't like to put things out there unless like I know. Like if you think of it as, think of it like a piece of paper and you write on pen with the paper and then you scribble pencil over the pen so you can't see it. Channeling for me, when I say stuff, it's because I've completely erased that pencil and I can see that pen clearly. So until that's completely clear, I don't like to say it. And usually that happens rather quickly, like kind of instantly, but other things I like to build up on the theory and make sure that I've had multiple confirmations from different readings, from different downloads, all of that. So I'm not trying to like leave you guys high and dry with not saying certain things, but there is certain things that like once I figure them out, I can't necessarily voice them out loud right that moment, but it will eventually come out when it's not going to get me sued. So yeah, so let's see where this part fits in. North. The head of communication. The north is manipulation, communication, standing your ground, and getting stabbed in the back are all north of everything else. Well, the Ten of Swords was more hard towards me to not say that. So we have the Magician reversed, 8 of Wands, and 7 of Wands. A step down. A step down. A step down. Yep. It's what I said. It's what I just said it is. A purposeful potential conflict of interest to make sure that the case doesn't go in a certain direction. And if it were to have to go in that direction, then there would be a pause to address switching counsel, because then there would be a conflict of interest at that point. And that's on purpose, so that certain information doesn't come out. I'm gonna pull one of these and then I don't know. It's in reverse. Exploring. Far off lands are awaiting. But it was in reverse. Not far off. Far off, not far off is confirmation. Okay, I just want to pull one of these. I forget what this deck is called, but it's on my Etsy list of stuff. Not from my shop, but from a different shop, but it's on there. I just want to pull one. These are like shadow words, I think, or something like that. Let's see what we get. Victim mentality. The universe wants what's best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. Victim mentality. Let's see what direction. Northeast. Above how the connection between, or the relationship between Cara and the lawyer ended. So above that is victim mentality. So victim mentality, and below it, in my opinion, allegedly, I think the lawyer felt like Cara was blaming her circumstances for her behaviors, and that's what it was that made the lawyer not really want to help her. Like, Like, if other things didn't happen, she may have still helped her, but like internally she did not want, energetically, like reading her energy, she did not want to help her because, like, before this happened, because she was triggered because something in her personal life was making her triggered by the fact that she felt like Cara was blaming her circumstances for her bad decisions. And that's what the, like, why she was like, okay, yeah, I'll drop this case and do that one. Or whatever happened, however it went down, energetically, she was happy to do it, make that switch, and that's why. That's what I'm saying. My opinion, allegedly. Yeah, that's it, because I need to rewatch this and make sure of what I'm saying. And then we will go into the next reading. The next one I am going to finish, well, not finish, but keep working on the questions from that one post that everyone asked, and continue working on the mapping of everything. And as I get the pieces of that put together, I will post it so you guys can see it. Yeah, have a good night.